I want to say that just as God isn't a compilation of all the good that humanity can do, that I want to say that evil is a personal force that exists, maybe a
Hmm.
conscious force that exists. And so Griffin's ontology of evil helps me to do that. And one thing that's interesting about his thought about it is that he would say that demonic evil is created, that demonic evil is in some senses a created being. To understand this, and it again becomes a little heady, but to understand this we have to take a step back into process philosophy. And it says that the most fundamental component of any enduring object, basically lasting thing, not just puff of smoke, but lasting thing, is not the substances that make something up, but the experience of those substances. And that's the fundamental building block. So, in fact, as far as a theory of creation goes, they would say that events, process thought says trivial events precede everything. That when we talk about the body, maybe cells are more fundamental to the body than the body itself. DNA might be more fundamental to cells and cellular creation and the function of those cells. Atoms may be more fundamental than DNA. Quarks might be even more fundamental than that. But process philosophy would go one step further and say more fundamental than the quarks that make up the atoms, that make up the DNA and the cells in the body, are the events that make up the quirk. So it's events that bring about enduring objects fundamentally. And that's something that probably one of the hardest things for me to wrap my mind around with process philosophy. But if you can, I think it's a key to explaining a lot of this. So we might extrapolate that to the formation of the demonic as an enduring object that see the bad choices that humanity makes. We can see the evil events that occur around us. And we can see process philosophy would say that would be the foundation of this spiritual entity that we would be exist as an independent being called this independent force called the demonic. And so process philosophy does make room for a spiritual realm, does make room for the existence of obviously of God, but then also of the demonic as an independent, relational, purposeful, and even powerful force. So it's created through the evil acts of creation, of
Mm.
and fundamentally of humanity. But it's
I
important to think that it's not just groupthink, that it is the
Yes,
existence of a powerful force that's influential, but it's not supernaturalistic. And for me, that
yeah.
was a fundamental shift.
It is hard to wrap your mind around being the experiences themselves are the things that shape our reality,
Absolutely.
which almost would be like consciousness then is the foundation which everything is built on.